friends, how are you today? Welcome to 5-ish Minute Family Devotionals. Today we're going to read a book actually that is called Once Upon a Time, Not So Long Ago. It's by an author named Jennifer Grant and illustrated by an artist named Gillian, and it is a brand new book, a book that just came out a few weeks ago, a book about the time that we've all just lived through, right? We have been living through this pandemic time, this time of COVID-19, this time where so much was weird and strange and different, and things are starting to feel a little bit normal. And I thought as we are getting close to Halloween coming up this week and moving into more holidays, and maybe things are going to be more normal for your family, whatever that means. Maybe you get to go trick-or-treating this year and you didn't last year. Maybe you have plans to definitely spend Thanksgiving with family or Christmas where you didn't last year. But we need to remember that this COVID-19 is not over, that it did change our lives, did change our world, and that not all of that is bad, that some of what changed, it can be good, and that we also need to remember how my family is doing things now might not be the same way as your family is doing things now, because not everybody's ready to do all the things we did before again, right? And that is okay. So I wanted to spend some time sharing this book with you because I think it's a beautiful, beautiful book that helps us to remember all of those things. So this is Once Upon a Time, Not So Long Ago. Once upon a time, not so long ago, a lot of people all over the world got sick. The ones who weren't sick worried about getting sick. Most people had to stay home, but some people had to go to work. Many people died. It was a very hard time. But not everything was bad. The city was so quiet you could hear the birds sing. Dogs were happy because their people stayed home with them. The air in the sky and the water in the rivers and the ocean got a little cleaner. Some people planted seeds and waited for them to sprout and peek up through the dirt. Many, many people were kind. Then finally, things started to get better. People started going to school and work again, and they could pray in churches and temples again and laugh together all in the same room. But things were different from the before times. People had changed. They went outside more than they did before the sickness came, and they spent more time looking up at the sky, too. The people had learned something. Now they knew that the most important things aren't things at all. Once upon a time, not so long ago, we went through a very hard time, and we learned how wonderful it is to be together and to hold each other close. What will you remember most about these times? What or who did you miss most? What good things happened during these days? That is Once Upon a Time, Not So Long Ago. And once upon a time, we're kind of still in it. And that's okay. Some of you that are watching this, I have not seen in person in months and months and months and months. And I miss you. But I know that the reason you are not here at church is because it's not right for your families yet. And that's okay. Know, though, that I miss you and your friends miss you. And we look forward to the day we can all be together again. It's okay. We are in this weird time, but it's not going to be forever, and it is getting better. And I really think that as you're watching, that most of you probably can absolutely say that you have something very exciting to look forward to that you wouldn't have last year, right? Like, we did not go trick-or-treating last year, and I bet most of you are. And we did not have big extended family Thanksgivings or friends for Thanksgiving last year, and I bet many of you are. And every week, more and more of you are getting to do things that you couldn't for a long while with your family, because it's getting just a little bit safer and a little bit healthier. And the very, very smart scientists and doctors who are working on making sure that it is safe and healthy for all of us are still working hard to make sure that we can all go back to each other, because that's the end goal, right? We want to be able to go back to each other, because what we've realized most is that the most important thing is each other, is the people and our love for one another. So let's have our blessing. Before we do, though, if you are going trick-or-treating, I hope you have an amazing, amazing time, and I can't wait to hear all about it. And now let's have our blessing. On this day and all days, may the Spirit of God swirl around you and leave you with a grin. And may that grin turn into a smile, and may your smile turn into an act of loving kindness. And together we will be a chorus of love, living in the way of Jesus in our community. Amen. Be well, my friends.